Hi everyone, Diana Henry here at ConExpo 2020, and I'm joined by Jim Colvin from Sirius Labs. Jim, thanks for joining me.
I'm delighted, thank you.
All right, tell me, what is Sirius Labs? I gotta know.
Sirius Labs is a workforce development company based out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Now that doesn't sound very interesting, but what we do that's different is we apply very leading edge technologies to create training products for a new generation of heavy industrial worker.
Wonderful. Virtual reality training, is that what we're talking about a little bit?
That's certainly one of our products for sure.
Okay, how does that improve a contractor's skill then?
Great question. We get this quite often. With using virtual reality, we can immerse an operator right into a virtual environment that is so real that it actually triggers a cognitive part of their brain that is actually the fight or flight mechanism, because they're actually doing. And when you actually have somebody in that state, you can train them so much better than just trying to passively learn through instruction. We've been testing this out for several years now with the advancements of virtual reality, and found that doing rather than passive learning dramatically increases, up by about 90%, increases people's retention. And the best part about it is it's objective, it's always the same. We can measure so many things that can't be measured by a trainer with a clipboard, and that can be applied to any kind of situational where we can put people actually in harm's way without actually putting them in harm's way. So it's a real benefit from objective learning, doing things that you couldn't otherwise do in a safe environment on the real machine or real environment, and it's objective, so it can be it's always measured the same.
Adoption rate's pretty high with your customers?
Right. Well, you know, I think construction is an industry certainly that is slower to move. The traditional training methodologies have been around a long time. But when we look at the adoption rates now, where we can absolutely demonstrate high value returns for large general contractors, for instance, to be able to make sure that all of the operators on the equipment on their site, whether subcontracted work or their own people, actually have the skills to do that job the right way and the safe way. So that means you can actually audit them all going in. It's kind of like doing a CAT scan or an MRI before you actually get on the real equipment. Not only we can assess where you are as far as competency, but then we can steer you into a remediation path to raise that up, so that all operators on all equipment are going to be better, faster, and most importantly, safer.
Yeah, there's got to be benefits from a safety perspective when it comes to training people up, making sure they're checked all the boxes when they go through that training.
Absolutely. In fact, that's our mantra. It's making people have the right to go home safely every night. And that's something that's always applied in the aerospace industry. They've had simulators for decades. The military, same thing. But what we're doing is we're taking something would normally have cost $250,000 and up, and we're putting it into a price point with way better fidelity and performance than traditional simulators, so that it's available for that small contractor, that small training center, as well as the large GCs and rental companies.
Accessibility must be huge.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, we sincerely believe that it should be like, porta potties on a site. It should be able to test somebody with that kind of convenience.
Standard, yeah, right. So you've got some news.
We do. We're very excited. So our flagship product is a mobile elevated work platform that has a boom lift and a scissor lift. But we're now venturing very much into seated motion simulation, which is really exciting for us. So we're launching our, it's called a universal motion base. And the two products that we've developed that are going on it, and you can demo them in beta over at our exhibition booth, is a rough terrain forklift, as well as a counterbalance forklift. It's very exciting development, and we now can have the capability of adding multiple pieces of equipment onto that same chassis. So Tuesday could be forklift training, Wednesday could be telehandler training, Thursday could be commercial drivers training, and the opportunities are endless, earth moving, you name it. So we're very excited about that.
As you should be. Wow. Let's talk a little bit looking into the future, crystal ball, right? Where is training heading?
Oh, great question too. I mean, I think, I have young children, and they've never been in a world where high-speed internet and adoption of new technology has not been available to them. So I believe that the guys my age need to make sure that we're adopting these things, because these kids learn differently, and they'll let us know. I mean, there's a massive shortage in skilled labor in the construction industry, and it's global, and it's only going to get, people aren't coming into these trades. So if you want to draw them in and retain them, you have to show a commitment to them. So I believe training is going to be revolutionized in the next 10 years, where virtual reality, augmented reality, and the other types of ways to deliver, modalities to deliver training are going to be upended entirely.
Well, Jim, thanks for predicting the future for us here.
My pleasure.
From Serious Labs, have a wonderful rest of the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.